Alright, so this one I'm going to show you guys how I cut my mortises for my loose tenon joinery. Let me go ahead and get my stick of loose tenon and I'll show you what's going on here. Alright, so let me stick back here. So this is my router table. So basically that looks a little bit more like what you would expect to see. So got my bed. I think I've shown you this once before, it was in another video. But yeah, the bed, pretty much what I've got set up on here now is sort of my cheap person's version of a multi-router. And you guys, if you've taken a class with me, you know I'm pretty fond of that multi-router we got at the school shop. So, and again, I'm real fond of loose tenon joinery. It's just extremely quick to cut, very accurate. Then I can make my long stick of my tenon stock, and I've already got this size for the mortises I did in my legs, and it fits in there nice and snug. So we got about a couple thousandths of an inch difference between my tenon stock and my mortises. You can see my mortises and the legs are a little bit wider. What that allows me to do is being able to adjust them a little bit more once I get everything together in the leg. You know, I could tighten them up a little bit, and that wouldn't be a big deal either. But you know, there's most of the sort of our long grain to long grain glue surfaces on the sides. I'm not getting a whole lot of glue strength on the ends. Having a tighter fit mortise might be okay, but it's not entirely crucial. So anyhow. So this is my jiggery here. So what I've got is a couple sheets of MDF, 3/4 inch MDF. So we've got about 1.5 inches on the bottom bed. Bottom bed rolls in and out. Top one goes side to side. And I got tracks in this so I can hold down my work, and tracks on the side so I can set my right and left stops. So then the router is mounted. So I got a couple pillars here, some blocked pillars. The router is mounted on a plate, and I've already got set, but I can basically move this whole thing up and down to sort of get my my Z height set. So I'm going to move back here real quick. So there's the bit, and that's a 1/2 inch bit, and this is just an old fixed base 690 Porter cable router, pretty cheap to come by. I don't think I paid more than $60-70 for one of those routers, and I've got about 3 or 4 of them. I got 3, and then I got an 890. And then I got the big router in the base. There are some trim routers and Dremel routers and other things floating around here. So the typical joke I kind of make with some of my classes is, same goes for boats, is like, how many boats, aka routers, does one person need? And sort of the joke is just one more. So yeah, it's kind of hard to have too many routers, particularly when some operations where you'd like to have a bit set up for, or comparable bits. So maybe if you're doing like a Maloof joint or something, you need to have those matched bits set up. It makes things a little bit quicker. So yeah, it's kind of hard to have too many routers. So anyhow, so let me show you how this works. So I generally keep my workpiece about a 1/2 inch back from the edge. That just allows a little bit of extra space for the sawdust to go. Also, I have a groove down on my bottom bed here. It's kind of hard to see from that. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see there too. Hopefully you can see it here. So you can see this piece extends over the bottom piece. Again, that allows a little bit of sawdust to collect down on the base, and without it interfering with my pieces going all the way in. So I think that's pretty much it. So I already had this thing already set up. This is kind of like setting up the multi-router again. Stops to limit my router bit travel, my stock travel. So I get that router bit, that router cut situated the same every time. Bit height is locked in and extension is locked in, so pretty much ready to cut. So I'm going to put my headphones on and we'll make this cut. So again, so now I've got another mortise identical to the other two. I'll just keep cranking those along. What I typically do is once I get them all cut this way, I have to reset my stops, move my workpiece over to here so I can just index the straight edge along the edge of the track, and then make the other half of the cuts. So, I don't know how many of these I got to do. I got another 5 on this size. My other rail that goes, I think, side to side. I've got another, looks like 2, 4, 6, 8 of those. Then I got to cut the other side. So this is probably going to take me, I don't know, about an hour to cut, 16, 32, and I got an extra one. No. Yeah, 32, no, yeah, 34 mortises. So about an hour to cut 34 mortises. Not too bad. I think the router, the multi-router, or, I think I'm going to look at maybe getting a Panta router. If you haven't looked at the Panta router, there's a crazy Canadian engineer, I forget whether his name is Wendell Matthias or Matthias Wendell. He's been playing for years with a bunch of little jigs to do different cuts and that sort of stuff. He had some plans in a wood sort of version of what he calls now the Panta router. Now he makes the Panta router out of a lot of aluminum extrusions and that sort of stuff. So he actually sells the Panta router commercially now, rather than just the plans. I think the base Panta router costs about $1,000. If you want all the jigs and clamps and everything else like that, it's another $1,800 or something like that. I personally don't see the value in a lot of the templates and stuff that he makes. And given that I now have this laser cutter, I can easily cut any of those templates on my own out of acrylic. So I don't see the need for going ahead and buying a lot of the other stuff. I've got an 890 router, so that's the router that goes into the Panta router. So I think I can get by with maybe buying a couple other things beyond the base $1,000 unit. There might be some hand clamps and a few other things. I'll have to look at it. But it's certainly a whole lot more approachable than buying that $3,000 multi-router like we have in the shop. So that's about it for this one. So again, hope you guys, people are finding something useful and all this stuff. And I'll keep making these, and again, they're pretty low budget because I'm just using my phone. But hey, this is what you get for free, right?